Hello, good morning. Today I am going to present a new video on meningitis. In this video, we see normal anatomy of the meninges, definition of meningitis, type, cause, clinical feature, investigation and management, including allopathy and homeopathy. So let us start one by one. Our brain is very important, delicate organ. It is protected by the following coverings. Our brain is protected by following coverings. Number one is bony covering of the cranium. Number two, meninges. And number three is cerebrospinal fluid. So bony covering contains or made up of bones, that is cranium or skull. Then meninges. Meninges is covering of the brain and it presents between the cranium and brain, and it is made up of three layers: outer layer dura mater, middle layer arachnoid and inner pia mater. The arachnoid and pia mater are together known as the leptomeninges. This is diagram of meninges which show various folds of the meningeal layer of dura mater. Structures are superior border of falx cerebri, inferior border of falx cerebri, anterior end of falx cerebri, diaphragma celli, tentorium cerebelli, foramen magnum, tentorial notch, posterior end of falx cerebri and falx cerebri. The cerebrospinal fluid fills the space between the arachnoid and the pia mater, that is subarachnoid space, and act as a water cushion. The brain almost floats in the cerebrospinal fluid without putting its weight on the neck. The outermost meninx, the dura mater, not only separate the right and left cerebral hemisphere but also partitions the cerebrum from cerebellum and hypophysis cerebri. In addition, it encloses various venous sinuses. The CSF form watery cushion around the blood vessels to give the shock-free environment. The cerebral dura mater, in Latin, hard mother. So the cerebral dura mater is made up of two layers, an outer endosteal layer and an inner meningeal layer, enclosing the cranial venous sinuses between the two. The meningeal layer forms four folds which divide the cranial cavity into intercommunicating compartments for different parts of the brain. In this diagram, we see outer layer, that is skull, branches of middle meningeal artery, outer endosteal layer of dura mater. Arachnoid matter covering brain, dura mater, skull, blood vessels in subarachnoid space. Blood supply of meninges It gets blood supply from the branches of meningeal artery, nerve supply, nerve to the dura mater are derived from branches of trigeminal nerve, glossopharyngeal, vagus and other spinal nerve. Embryology. The meningeal layers originate from paraxial mesenchyme in the trunk and neural crest in region rostral to the mesencephalon. All meningeal layers are derived from loose mesenchyme which surrounds the developing neural tube. Clinical of meningitis and hydrocephalus. So this is about anatomy and embryology, including blood supply and nerve supply of the meninges. In this slide we see meningitis. Meningitis is a rare infection that affects the delicate membrane called meninges that cover the brain and spinal cord. You or your child can catch it. Types of meningitis: bacterial meningitis, viral meningitis, fungal meningitis, parasitic meningitis, amoebic meningitis, non-infectious meningitis and chronic meningitis. These are the different types of the meningitis. Bacterial meningitis. Bacterial meningitis is an extremely serious illness. You or your child will need to get medical help right away. It can be life-threatening or leads to brain damage unless you get quick treatment. Several kinds of bacteria can cause bacterial meningitis. The most common one in the are Streptococcus pneumoniae, Neisseria meningitidis, Listeria monocytogenes. Listeria monocytogenes in older people, pregnant women or those with immune system problem. A bacteria called Haemophilus influenzae type B or HIV was a common cause of meningitis in babies and young children until the Hib vaccine became available for infants. There are also vaccines for Neisseria meningitidis and Streptococcus pneumoniae. Experts recommend that all children get them, as well as all adults who are at a higher risk for the disease. In many cases, bacterial meningitis starts when bacteria get into your bloodstream from your sinuses, ear or throat. The bacteria travel through your bloodstream to your brain. The bacteria that cause meningitis can spread when people who are infected with cough or sneeze. If you or your child has been around some who has bacterial meningitis, ask your doctor what steps you should take to avoid catching it. Viral meningitis. Viral meningitis is more common than the bacterial form and generally, but not always, less serious. A number of viruses can trigger the disease, including several that can cause diarrhea. Fungal meningitis. Fungal meningitis is much less common than the bacterial or viral forms. Healthy people rarely get it. You are more likely to get this form of meningitis if you have a problem with your immune system like AIDS. Parasitic meningitis. Parasitic meningitis is also rare. It is caused by parasites that usually affect animals. You can get it from eating animals like snail, slugs, snakes, fish or poultry that are infected by parasites, or their eggs or produce that contains parasite eggs. The risk of higher with raw or uncooked food. You cannot pass on this type of meningitis to other people. Amoebic meningitis. Amoebic meningitis is a rare, usually fatal infection by a single caused by a single celled bug called Naegleria fowleri. This amoeba lives in soil or warm fresh water, not in salt water. People typically get it from swimming in water after the amoeba lives, not drinking it. Amoebic meningitis is not contagious. Non-infectious meningitis. Non-infectious meningitis is caused by diseases like lupus or cancer, or if you have had a head injury, brain surgery, or take certain medications, it is not contagious. Chronic meningitis. Chronic meningitis has similar symptoms as acute meningitis but develops over a couple of weeks. It results from infections with a fungus or the mycobacterium that cause tuberculosis. These organisms get into the tissue and fluid surrounding your brain to cause meningitis. Symptoms of meningitis. Meningitis symptoms can develop within hours, days, and may include confusion, fever, headache, numbness in your face, sensitivity to light, a stiff neck so that you cannot lower your chin to your chest, upset stomach or vomiting, severe headache with nausea or vomiting, a hard time concentrating, seizure, sleepiness or a hard time waking up, lack of appetite, lack of thirst, skin rash. Symptoms of meningitis in infants. In infants, meningitis symptoms may include high fever, crying that constant and gets louder when you hold the baby. Baby seems severely sleepy, sluggish or inactive, a stiff neck or body. Bulge on the soft area on the top of the baby's head, poor ability to feed, crankiness. Risk factor for meningitis. Anyone can get meningitis, but research shows that it is more common in the age group. In this age group, children under 5 years, teenagers and young adults age 16 to 15 years, adult over 55 years. Meningitis is more in a danger for people with certain medical conditions such as a damaged or missing a spleen, long-term disease or immune system disorder. Because certain germs that cause meningitis can spread easily, outbreaks are most likely to happen in places where people live close to each other, college students in dorms or military recruits in barracks can be more likely to catch the disease. So, are people who travel to areas where meningitis is more common. Diagnosis of meningitis. For diagnosis, your doctor will ask about your medical history and do a physical exam, including checking your neck for stiffness and looking for a skin rash that might suggest a bacterial infection. They will also need to do tests that can include blood test to find out bacteria, CT or MRI scan of your head to find swelling or inflammation, a spinal tape in which a health worker use a needle to take fluid from around your spinal cord. It can tell what causing your meningitis. In this way, cause of meningitis is find out or ruled out. Treatment of meningitis. In allopathy, bacterial meningitis needs treatment with antibiotics right way. The doctor might give you general or broad spectrum antibiotic even before they have found the exact bacteria that caused your illness. Once they do, they will change to a drug that target the specific bacteria they find. You might also get corticosteroids to ease inflammation. Viral meningitis usually goes away on its own without treatment. Your doctor might tell you to stay in bed, drink plenty of fluid, and take over the counter pain medicine. If you have a fever or aches, if a virus like herpes or influenza caused your illness, you might take antiviral medicine. Antifungal medication can treat fungal meningitis. Homeopathic treatment. This is the only way through which a state of complete health can be regained by removing all the signs and symptoms from which the patient is suffering. The aim of homeopathic medicine for meningitis is not only to treat meningitis but to address its underlying cause and individual susceptibility. Medicines are belladonna, aconite, veratrum virid, helleborus, bryonia, apis mellifica, cicuta virosa, zincum metallicum, sulfur and or other medicines used for treatment of meningitis according to sign and symptoms. In case of infant, duty of physician increased due to lack of subjective symptoms. In that cases, only observation, physical and clinical examinations are helpful for the diagnosis of disease and prescription of the medicine. In case of meningitis, you will prescribe medicine himself on own risks. Better is you take a suggestion of experienced physician. Complications of meningitis. Meningitis can cause severe complications in adults and children, especially if you delay treatment. Possible complications include seizure, brain damage, loss of hearing, memory problems, learning problems, a hard time walking, kidney failure, shock, and death. In this way, you see what is meningitis, cause, type, clinical feature, investigation, diagnosis, treatment, complications. So, thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.